And hello and welcome to Uptown Tonight. Oh, it is January. Hi, let's put us way back in time. It is June 28th of 2023. It was a beautiful day out today. Started off a little rainy and everything else. But, you know, we're in the middle of summer and we couldn't complain about the weather today whatsoever. I mean, the wind was down, everything. I don't know. Why do I always talk about the weather? It's because, I don't know. It interests me.
Because it relates.
Yeah, exactly. But today we have Mr. Jacob Woody with us in studio today. It's going to be a real exciting one.
Well,
I don't think we've ever met before, have we, Jacob?
We have not. This is the first.
I think I've seen you around for some reason. I couldn't tell you why, but whatever else. But, you know, and I'm your host, Mr. Wayne Stollenfacher, Discount Tom Cruise, or Tom Brady. I was called Mr. Apple a couple of weeks ago. You know, yeah, whatever you want to call me, I don't really care. But over here in the Uptown Tonight Podcast, we do believe a rising tide does raise all ships. And we're here trying to help raise that tide by basically showing off the area's talent and entertainment people and all the other fun stuff. So today we have Jacob. But first we got to talk about me because I am boring. And, you know, so we got old Cito there hanging on to Junior. And Junior helps us sell our Uptown merch. So next time we're in town is actually next Thursday. We have the Moorhead Car Show we'll be playing at. That's an early gig, too, which is kind of nice. So if you want to help us keep on the road and all that stuff, come on by and buy an Uptown merch, some T-shirts with all the fun stuff and everything else on there. And everything. And then we got Zebras. He doesn't sound like that anymore, does he?
No.
That was 2 years ago. That couch definitely doesn't look like that anymore. But there's all Zebras saying support our troops. I am a little biased since my son's in the military, but yes, support our troops. That's probably just a good thing to do. And then there we were last weekend. Let's see, I only got one of the two shows we had. They're both private events. This one was at the TAC. We were opening up basically for October Road, and I still have to thank everyone out there. And I'm blowing your name now. Why am I blowing? The drummer for October Road, he's going to beat me next time I see him. But he let me use his entire drum kit and everything else, cymbals down the whole thing, and brand new heads on there and stuff. I just felt bad because he's about a foot taller than I am, so my aiming was not quite where it needed to be. But, man, I left him some stick marks, but, you know.
That's how it goes.
Yes, it was. And it was a couple of great gigs, and we had a lot of fun. We got more stuff coming up this weekend, and Hell Week next week with 4th of July week and all other fun. That's going to be happening. So that's enough about me. I'm bored. Let's get to Jacob here. So, Jacob, how have you been? And thank you for coming on the show.
Well, thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm super excited. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm doing pretty good. Life can't complain. How about you?
I am not complaining. I don't really have anything to complain about. You know, I get to stay home and basically you see all the junk I get to play with all day long, and then play on the weekends. I mean,
it's fun.
How do you? I don't know how to see how it gets any better.
Well, you got it.
Exactly. Well, let's learn more about you. What's your story? Where the hell did you come from?
Oh, well, no. Lake Park, Minnesota is where I'm from.
Lake Park. Coming out west to the big city, I see.
Yes, a really big city of 700 people. Yeah. Raised up in Lake Park with mom and grandma all at home. So, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how much more you want with that, but
well, it's basically so Lake Park still. I shouldn't be this naive, but I am. But or not intelligent about like the schooling systems out there. I know there's one in
Audubon. Is that Lake Park Audubon?
Yeah, got that, and then keep coming west.
Get
Holly.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking of. That's as far as I'm getting right now. So Lake Park Audubon, they have a high school there and all that.
Yep.
Yes.
So the Lake Parks, the high schools in Lake Park, the elementaries in Audubon.
Oh, nice. So
yeah.
Split up that way. Okay.
Yeah. And you know, so they like merged in like the mid '80s because it was both
consolidations. Yes.
Yeah. So graduated there in 2018.
Jeez, young buck here.
Kinda. And just graduated from MSUM with a music ed degree. So just this past spring.
MSUM, okay.
Yes, yeah.
Music education.
Yes.
Just this past spring, so you're on the lookout still. Or do you find something?
I did find something.
Ooh.
So
can you say it, or
I can say I'm an ed rep for Schmidt Music in Fargo.
Gotcha. Good.
Yeah. So, and then I'm doing private lessons at Merry Melodies as well in Lake Park. So, still getting to teach. I'm getting the best of both the worlds. I'm helping band communities and still teaching as well.
What about that Merry Melodies out there? I drive by every time I come from DL, and it just blows my mind that someone's doing something out there
Yeah.
And it's not a diss or anything. It's just like, what? It seems like you're out in the middle of nowhere. And it's like, there's...
Kinda. Well, I mean, and that area is like, almost like a musician wasteland. So having a little outlet for musicians in like that community is awesome to have. Because there's not a whole lot. It's interesting. Like once you get into Fargo, there's of course a good amount, but it's not like it's the cities. Once you get more rural, you get less musicians. So it's kind of nice to have that little outcropping of lesson studios.
True enough. So what do they teach out there then? Can you bring us
your heart desires?
Okay.
So I teach brass and I teach guitar there.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
my little arsenal.
Okay. So you're a brass player, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I started playing trumpet in like 5th grade. I'm a trumpet player without the ego that comes with it.
Oh, yeah, I've heard this before. I really have.
No, true. I'm like I've never wanted to be the best. I know I'm not going to be. Just let's have fun and play.
Just playing and having fun. I love it. I love it. So they teach anything out there? So basically it's like just a place to take band lessons off? Or
kind of. Well, I mean, piano, voice, flute, any brass. And I mean, you can start from like being a 6-year-old all the way through even high school. So they kind of have a big range that they can offer there.
Okay. And then they just have like a recital or something once a year?
Yeah, well, I like maybe 2 or 3 times a year because it's split into like semesters. So they get to play that way.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
How many people are out there? I'm just curious.
Quite a bit. I mean, that of Merry Melodies, there's a whole bunch of students. Of course, in the summer it gets a little less, but it's fairly big. Yeah, surprisingly. I can't give you a number, but
okay. You can't guesstimate.
Well, probably a couple hundred, I'd say.
Seriously?
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
I don't know.
That's awesome. Keep it going. Keep it going. Yes. Never enough musicians out there.
Very true.
Never enough.
Very true.
So cool. So you started with trumpet in 5th grade. What drew you to that? Besides your band director.
Well, that's
I know
the
that little
answer. Well, I mean, my cousin played trumpet for a little bit, and I was like, ooh, that's cool. I like the sound of that. So then I was like, I want to play trumpet. And then my band director was like, okay. And then started to play trumpet. There was really
that was it.
There was no big, like, epiphany story of, like, I had a dream of meeting Doc Severinsen or something. Like, no, it's just, I thought it was a cool instrument, wanted to play it. And
I was about to say, you too? What?
Right, yeah. But, yeah, nothing terribly monumentous about it. It was just like, I want to play the trumpet. I want to be, because music's always kind of been a part of me. So it's like, let's outlet a different way. And then started learning trumpet.
That's cool. So is your family musically inclined and all that, or?
Not really. I'm kind of an anomaly in my family. My grandma got me started loving music. I'm a big traditional country guy, and she was born in North Carolina in 1929. So she grew up right next, kind of by Nashville, and all the music from that era and further. So I got to kind of learn that music, and then it's just always been in my bones. It's just the best thing ever.
That's awesome. And I just remembered Scott Lang. So sorry, Scott. Oh, I finally came to my brain. I'm getting old. I think it's just my problem. Thank you for letting me use the kit. That was great. It sounded awesome.
Yeah.
So Grandma was bringing. Does Grandma play then, or is it just she just had all the records and stuff?
Well, not even much of the records. It was just
really
the well, she had like CDs and stuff, but yeah, it was mostly just singing. She sang a lot, and so we'd go like down to the post office every day, and she'd be singing songs, like Folsom Prison Blues or a Wabash Cannonball, a bunch of all those old tunes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some old outlaw. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, that's kind of where it all kind of started, and then I just kind of grew up around music because of that, and then it was like, this is an outlet. Let's create and have fun and be a part of something magical.
Okay, so you started with band in 5th grade. Any piano experience before that? I always ask.
Oh my God, no.
Okay.
No.
No, it's just something I ask because I thought I was tortured through it as an early age, and then I realized that it was probably one of the bigger blessings. And then other people that think that have been tortured at an early age always ask, just see, we're just comparing notes. That's all I'm doing.
It's very fascinating because a lot of people think that. They're like,
yeah,
the piano, that was awful. Like my hand smacked from the teacher all the time. I was like, well, yeah, and I mean, piano's very important, but we couldn't afford it to begin with. But then I went through the rigor of piano through college. I'm like,
oh, isn't that fun?
No.
See, my big thing when I got to college is that I always never wanted to be in choirs. Completely just denied that 100%.
I will second.
Walk into college and the first thing they're having to do is sing, and you're like, oh my god. Oh, it's still terrible to this day. It was one of my first gigging experience. One of my first teaching experiences that I was actually teaching choir, and I had one student make it to state that year. And she's like, don't take the offense, Mr. S, but you're not a very good singer. And I just laughed. You are right. You are right. I got a piano here. That helps me quite a bit. Yep.
Okay. Well,
so that's as good as I get.
Well, there we go. Those little nuggets, right?
Oh, it's beautiful. I'll remember that the rest of my life. Loved it. Put you in your place for a second. Yeah. Okay. So you're in 5th grade, 6th grade. So when does guitar show up into all this?
Guitar kind of came a little later. I've always wanted to learn how to play, and then the person who taught me, his name's Louis Ronkin. He's from Lake Park.
Shout out to Louis.
The good old Louis.
There you go.
But yeah, he did this show every once in a while. It's kind of getting dwindled a little bit more because he's getting older. But he always did this Buddy Holly tribute.
Oh, yeah.
And, and I've seen him a couple times do it. It's just awesome. And I was like, I want to play that instrument. And then I went up to him after one of the performances. I was like, can you teach me how to play? We went to the same church and everything. And he was like, you name it, let's go. Let's do it. Let's teach you guitar. So then he was like, but do you have a guitar? I was like, no.
It's always about the equipment.
It's always about the equipment. And I was like, no, but I want to learn. He goes, I got one you can borrow. It's this little Fender Stratocaster for a little bit.
Oh, very nice.
And that was about, well, I should answer your question, I guess. That was about when I was 14. So what grade is that? I don't even know. 8th, 9th, somewhere there.
Perfect time to get in. So I think it's, no, my younger brother got in 6th grade.
Okay.
Because I always wanted to play guitar, and my parents were, and somehow I ended up playing drums. And then my younger brother, in 5th grade, gets a guitar for Christmas or something like that. And jealousy, yes. So we always stole it from him. And the first day we figured out we had the Fender, the little PV Rage. I don't even know if you know what the PV Rage amp. It's like a dime a dozen. We figured out the little button you push, and all of a sudden it sounded all distorted. We thought we were just the most metal people ever. It's like, oh my gosh, you can play anything. It sounds great.
Nice.
Exactly. Exactly. A little smoke in the water.
Oh yes.
And so I practiced with that. So I learned enough riffs.
There you go.
I think I got 4 chords I can tell you about.
And that's all you need. 4 chords and the truth. That's it.
Now we're talking blues here, huh?
Oh,
there we go, son. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So you've obviously taken lessons from him. Was that like a weekly thing, or is it just...
That was a weekly thing, and
nice and scheduled and structured?
And pretty inexpensive, which was nice for me.
Okay.
And we did it for about a week, and but what's cool is, like, even before our first meeting, I was already looking up videos, like, what's this chord? Like, this is a G chord. I don't know where it goes, but he'll show me this, and all this stuff.
We're getting the shapes together, yep.
I want to play. And so the first time we sat, he was like, okay, here's this. I was like, I know about this. And he's like, huh? I was like, yeah, I've looked up. And he goes, okay. So, we did it once a week, and it didn't take too long for the wheels under the bus to get rolling and go fast. It was kind of a snowball effect, and it was a lot of fun. And
YouTube.
To this day it is. I know, right?
Yeah, yes. Us
Look how
old
lucky I
guys.
am.
Yeah, we don't understand the YouTubers, or but no, but looking back the last 10 years, how did we live without YouTube? I don't get it, man.
Well, you bought one album for one song.
Yeah, kind of.
You had this one song that's not on a single anymore. It's on an album, and you didn't want the other songs. You want that one song.
Yep, and then we got Guitar Magazine, tried figuring out the tabs in there, and then tried to put it together with the, oh my God. We didn't have the amazing slow downer. We had none of that. It was just go.
We first figure out about the Beatles. Like, did Paul actually go at this time?
What is all that about for the Beatles? It's like,
I don't know. Well,
was it Paul McCartney that they thought, or they're saying was dead?
I think so. Well, because he had.
I have this conversation. I always forget which one though.
Big car wreck in like the late '60s or something.
And he blew his mind out in the car. Yep.
Right, and so they were like, and then they planted a bunch of seeds saying he's dead, but then they hired a guy who looked like him, and then made him do surgery, and then like, but the thing I don't understand is like, well, you can't match Paul's creativity and his energy and his being. No other person can do what he's done.
You know what explains all this? Aliens.
It's always aliens.
It's gotta be.
Always aliens.
That maybe Frank Zappa.
No,
I still don't believe he's dead. He's hiding around with Jimi Hendrix.
Oh yes.
They're doing their thing with the king. Yeah.
The king, yes.
Cool. So when you started doing guitar and stuff, did you actually get together with your friends and everything else, kind of do like a jam bandy type thing, or are you a solo artist trying to be on your own?
Well, now I got to think about it. I don't really know. It was mostly just me, just seeing what I can figure out. Like, this is how Johnny Cash did his strumming and stuff, because I'm a big Johnny Cash fanatic.
Excellent.
So when any question you got, I got you. But so I was trying to figure out that and how he did his strumming and how he picked it. And the only time I was like around people was like during like little mini parties. We never actually got together as a like group.
Oh, interesting.
To do it. It was just mostly like, hey Jacob, you've been playing guitar, play something. Which is a weird kind of thing because you don't pass the plumber on the street like, hey, fix my toilet. That's just, I don't understand it. But yeah, they were like, here, take this guitar and just noodle like. Ding, 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 ding. But no, yeah. So,
I get it.
So it was mostly just me, and then writing songs and all that stuff. So.
Oh, you started songwriting.
It was almost immediate. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I got basic chords down and all that stuff, and I was like, ooh, let's start writing songs too. And then it kind of just led into that. Sorry, Mike. Jeez.
It's all good.
But yeah, so then just started writing songs as well from there. But yeah.
Okay. So age 14, 15, started writing songs.
Yeah.
So what would you write about back in those days? You know, my bike got stolen, or, you know.
No, the first song I wrote was it was like a fake-ish heartbreak song.
Oh, okay.
You know, titled "Honey Babe," and then it started to go into like what I like about music kind of stuff. Where it was like, I have the song called "That Wonderful Sound," where I'm talking about all those old country artists, and then music's what feelings sound like, and yada yada. You know, just kind of a lot of those kind of motives behind it. And then as I look now, it's like I have too many heartbreak songs for some reason. I don't know how that happened.
I don't think that could ever happen. There was a reason why they had those power ballads going.
Yeah, exactly.
A reason. Well, that's cool. So you start off just with the lyrics, and then you just try to put it to music, or is it music to lyrics, or how?
It was kind of both.
Okay.
I was like,
whatever gets you that day, huh?
Well, yeah. Well, Louis taught me this chord progression one time. I was like, ooh, that's cool. And so I sat down with it for a bit, and I was like, honey, babe, you say you love me so. And then just kind of jotted down what I was thinking, and then played it with that chord progression, and then off it was. So it was kind of like both, but I find songwriting to be very weird, because, I mean, that was like the first song. Like, yeah, it's okay, fine, it's the first one. But then ever since then, it's like, you know, for those couple of years, you would think there'd be like an arsenal of songs, but not really, because inspiration doesn't always hit when you want it to. You know, it's the weirdest thing. I still don't understand the magic of songwriting, and the people who can pump out a song a day is I kind of am a bit jealous. But
so you don't take the discipline route like Stephen King and all that.
No,
make yourself write 30 minutes a day.
No, it's more of a. I guess, therapeutic way, if you will, where it's like you have to get fed with a lot of inspiration, and then the words come out, and then the music comes together, and then it's all kind of done in 15 seconds. So it's like,
wow. I could write a song in 15 seconds. That'd be sweet. It happens. It happens. I know. As you say, a lot of the best stuff just comes to you, and then it's there.
Yeah, it's nuts, but that's cool when it happens. It's like lightning in a bottle.
That's awesome. So you play out at all then? Do you have any, like, I'm guessing solo acoustic gigs? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, very fair. That's true. Yeah. I did for quite a while, and then the world shut down, and I haven't really built up. I'm trying to. I'm thinking of going busking sometime downtown or something, just because I kind of miss it, because I love performing like those songs and my songs in front of an audience, because I don't know what else is even close to that experience with people. It's a communication, and it's because they're there to maybe see you. For me, it's mostly opening for people, but it's cool because it's this weird communication between you and the audience that you can't get almost anywhere else.
No,
and it's kind of magical. I miss that that feeling of it. I'm trying to get back into it, but we'll see.
Oh, you'll get back out there.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you'll get back out there. That stage always calls.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I walked away from it for about 10 years trying to be, not that one. Being the father figure and all that fun stuff. It just keeps beckoning and beckoning and beckoning. No, I don't want to leave it ever now. So
I get that.
A lot of good stuff. So we're gonna have to have you play a tune for us. You brought your guitar along. So.
Well, I didn't know if I needed to bring it, and I did anyway. I mean, I can if you want.
We've had people play before.
Do you want to do it? I don't know. Do you want it now?
We'll do it after.
Okay.
After a few little segments here. Okay. We need to learn a little more. Yes, we're putting you on the spot.
Gets me nervous here.
Putting you on the spot. So what made you want to go into music education in the first place? Besides just not being a... I got to tell this story real quick before I go into there. Just basically not making a lot of money and being stressed out all the time. But the first college class I ever took was at MSUM. And this is 94. So I'm dating myself. Here's how the thing went. My mother had cancer that summer, and she made it to about 2 weeks before we started school. I think maybe it was just a week before she started school. And I go into the first class, I think it was on a Monday or Tuesday, 7 or 7:30 a.m. Theory 1 with Dr. Guazda. You ever got the opportunity to meet with Dr. Guazda?
No.
Oh, I love Dr. Guazda. Oh. Yeah, his name is about as peculiar as how he was.
Okay.
He was another... he was an artist of his own realm. And granted, the guy did a lot of... composition teaching and all that other fun stuff. I just remember he played this one thing, something about potato chips and a couch. And and that was back in the floppy disk days where he had his little thing on. He's flipping through floppy disks as he's going along, and it's full. I mean, it's beyond Zappa stuff. Like, what's going on? But it was beautiful. But this guy, he was no BS in the classroom whatsoever. And we walk in there the first day. Within the first 10 minutes, after the old, attendance and whatever else, he was like, take a look to the left, take a look to the right. The person on the left probably be gone, person on the right will probably be gone. Some of you are going to quit, and then some of you I'm going to kick out. But don't feel bad, I just saved you from a life of poverty. I fell in love with that man just at that point. I was like, what? Telling the truth? Oh my God. And he isn't far from wrong, I'll just say that.
Well, I understand that, college is supposed to weed out the bad ones and only produce the good ones, but it's like, yes, but if this is something you wanted to do.
Exactly. It's a passion project. That's what it is, because I know especially when you're a band director, you're married to that job.
Yeah.
You're just there. And, there ain't much you do past that. I mean, you get a little bit of family time, but now your family is those millions of students that you have.
True.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to my questioning. What drew you to that besides me going on my tangent here about Dr. Guazda?
No, it's all good.
Love you, Dr. Guazda.
Well, I remember in high school, sitting in the audience watching my band director conduct the junior high.
Okay.
And my band director was there for like 30 years. You know, he was a real veteran teacher.
Gotcha.
And so I'm like, imagine, he's been here for like 30 years. Imagine how many people he's inspired.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't it be great to do the exact same thing? And then it was this whole, like, that was the epiphany. You know, I was like, let's do it. And then when I told him that, and he latched on to that one, and he didn't let me lose sight of that still to this day.
Very good. Very good.
He even did some, like, lessons through MSUM during my time there. And he made sure, like, hey, still keeping up? Like, yes, sir. But, yeah, so that's where that kind of started, because it was like, yeah, I want to inspire others. I just want to inspire people to love music. So let's do it.
That's where it starts. Yes, it is. That's where it starts. So good. Good. I hope you have a great opportunity with all that and everything else. So,
oh, yeah.
Just looks like you're on the right path already. You're getting into Schmidt music, so you're getting to see what the scene looks like, and then you're still out there teaching, so you got some stuff for the old resume there and everything else. Yep.
Yes.
Now there was a bunch of openings that happened in West Fargo and then Oak Grove and
Crazy.
Yep, and then Moorhead I think has an opening now as well, because Dan Christensen just went to West Fargo.
Right.
And then I just saw someone just took the Oak Grove, and he's a really, really good percussionist. I didn't realize he had his music degree, though, unless maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just has a degree in something for teaching. But
Oh, interesting.
John, that was it. John. I'll come up with it later. That's just how I've been doing it all night tonight. But he has his kids there and stuff. So I subbed over there for a few times, and his kids are talented as all get out as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
I mean, he's gonna have a great setup.
That's good.
But yeah, so I'm assuming you applied for all those and everything else.
I didn't, actually.
You didn't?
I didn't. I
Get
should
your
have.
name be known. Yep, you gotta get that paper out there.
Right.
Now, here's a real, I don't want to say problem, but it's a real pain, is when you're applying for a teaching position in, I know at Fargo, I haven't really tried for in Moorhead, but it takes about an hour and a half to get through that. Well, no, it takes longer than that. That's if you have all your ducks in a row. Because that extensive, it takes, they let you save it, and you get days to fill that thing out. Yeah, it takes a long time, but,
Oh, man.
yep. And then they let you save it, but only saves for a year. But
Oh, okay.
there we go. I digress. But yeah, a little inside scoop for you on that.
Yeah, thanks. It's interesting because I'm full-time at Schmidt now, and I've worked there for a couple of years. But I don't mean to, like, say anything wrong, but, like, the world of education has changed a lot in 5 years.
Yep.
So it's like, let's wait. So that's kind of where I'm at with that whole debacle.
You're gonna wait for all the dust to settle.
Yeah.
That's not dumb. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
See how it all is panning out to myself. But yeah, we won't go down that road tonight.
Right? No.
I can get on my rant about
We
academia.
both could. I know we could. That's not what we're here for.
Oh, exactly not. Oh, so cool. So while you're doing that, I know you have a YouTube channel.
I do.
And that's where I saw the blues stuff, and I was like, oh, blues player. All right, okay. Well, what's all that about? And I was just talking to one of my good old friends, lives in Austin, Texas. I haven't talked to him for a few years now, and he was just like, yeah, it would be great to have a little chat. And I called him up on Monday, and I couldn't get him off the phone on Mikey Keller. Just talking about his time down there in Austin. He's a big blues player. He used to be #1 color player with the Fabulous T-Birds for a while,
Oh, nice.
7 years, and all that. And now he's looking to start doing some things on his own and everything. And it was good talking to you, Mikey. So I know you watch a podcast here and there, and say hi to your brother, and obviously to your mother too. Just learned out that she has stage 4 cancer. And I was like, and they were like a family to me when they used to live in Fargo. And yeah, it just one of those things, not to be on the downside of all this, but yeah, just a blues thing. And I just saw that pop up on your YouTube channel and everything else. So what made you want to do a YouTube channel besides the obvious, the fame and glory?
Oh yeah,
all the
that's
money.
exactly why I was doing it.
Check it out.
Well, I just kind of wanted to, because the first video I uploaded was like one of the I can't talk today. One of the first.
You're doing awesome, man.
talent shows at my high school.
Okay.
And I was like, let's just post it. Why not? Let's post it and make this YouTube channel, and then start to kind of maybe do something with it. And also I have family like kind of across the country, so then they could see what I'm up to. It was kind of another reason, like family, because I was born in Oregon, and I have family in Texas. I have family in like Georgia, so it's like
wow.
to kind of have them see what's going on in my world. And then
you could set that up and have a really, really cool little tour thing going on. Just stopping at places.
But yeah, it was just kind of like, let's just put this on there. It'd be cool to like get gigs and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years go by and things are going okay, and then this band did this like workshop a couple days at my high school. Their name was Rogue Valley.
Okay.
And Chris Koza is the main singer of it, and they just released another album recently, and they're still kicking, and it's awesome. And they came, and after their concert, I was like, "Hey, how do you get gigs?"
That's the main question. Yes.
And Chris was like, "Well, just put yourself out there. Say who you are, what you're from. You like Johnny Cash, and you want to play." And so I did, and then that kind of just started, and then I started getting gigs. Because you're putting yourself out there, you're getting stuff done and all that stuff. So that was a lot of fun doing that. And then I was like, ooh, let's post this. And then ever since then, it's been more like times with friends, or it's kind of just an update channel kind of thing. I don't know. It's just kind of anything. It's not. Okay. It doesn't have a desired purpose, but yeah.
Oh, that's fine. No, I have, I think, 4 channels that I've run. I've been neglecting them, except for this one for quite some time. But basically, I got a metal detecting channel, and then I had one for my old van way back in the day, and then I have one for my computer collection, because I'm an Apple nerd, beyond nerd. So I sit there and try to restore them and everything else, and film it all, and then tell a little history while we're doing it and everything else. Nice. And that one was doing fairly well until I stopped doing it. So my last project is still on the table upstairs.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Gotta love it.
I got onto a different tangent, and I've been really working that. And to me, I don't know if you're the same way, but if there's something that I know what to do and I know it's going to take me 10 minutes to get it done, I just put it on the back burner. It's like, oh, that's easy. Sure. So I never do it. And it just sits there for too long. Just say that.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those.
For too long. Oh, yeah. So do you have any albums out then, or do you do any recording?
I do. I have a couple. I have 2. And I'm working on my 3rd right now, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and this one that I'm working on, it's comprised of...
Yep, tongue works.
Yeah.
Mine does too.
Compiled. There it is. Compiled of all mostly original songs. There's only like 1 cover. The rest of them have a couple of covers. And yeah, so that's been a fun trip. I work with a guy in DL. His name's Mr. Jack. He goes by his show name.
Mr. Jack. Mr. Jack. Shout out to Mr. Jack. Yes.
He's the one, if you see the Monday Blues video on the channel, it's like the first video you see.
The thing pops up every time,
yeah? Yeah, and he's the like lead guitar player in it.
Oh, okay.
So that's who that is. And he's the one who he has like an interesting way of recording. It's nothing like a Nashville studio, but it does the job, and it's awesome to do it with. It's just this little 8-track recorder.
Yeah.
And you just go. And
what do you record on? You doing digital or tape or?
It's a Tascam, has 8 channels. Yeah. So it's digital.
Okay, all digital.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wondering. So I got a DAT player in the background.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And one of the first recordings I ever did, I was way young though, but we were on 2-inch tape or something.
Oh yeah.
Expensive stuff. It's like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now some people are digging that old sound again, so that's.
Oh yeah, I got
nostalgia.
I got many records. It's nice. The sound of it a little bit better, but anyway.
Oh, exactly. I won't disagree. But okay, so you're on your 3rd album, so you're doing recording out there then, or where do you have them all on? Is it all streamed, or do you have any physical copies? Or
I have physical copies, and they're all on YouTube.
Okay.
I haven't gotten into the world of like Apple Music and Spotify and all that. I haven't gotten to there yet.
Gotcha.
But
you will.
Maybe we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, so they're all practically on YouTube. Yeah, they're all a fun little adventure, and this one's taken a bit longer than what I like to, but it's just because there's just so much going on now. Or now that I've graduated college, and it's like, wow, life is starting. And,
That's the fun part, yes.
Yeah. But it's a fun drive. It's a fun time. So I like recording those things.
Good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. And we have your YouTube channels all linked down below in the description. So there you go. Find them all there. Make sure you like, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff. And that brings me to my next thing. It's like, I've only barely have up to 200 subscribers on here. And I know there's almost over 1,000 on the Facebook page. So, people, get over here.
Oh, don't
it just takes one little click and we're in. And everything.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yep, and then you can ignore me the rest of your life. I really don't care.
Just as long as that number goes higher, that's what matters. I get that. I just reached 200 myself on my own little channel.
It just makes fun. Just makes it fun just watching the numbers.
Yeah, it does.
But all right, so I'm going to make you play one of your favorite tunes that you have, one of your original favorite tunes. And we'll get the microphones all set up for that. But in the meantime, I got to get to our weekly report. So here we go. See you now. We missed you, man. All right, what's happening up there this weekend? Let's see, we're out of town. We have, what was that, Bed of Roses on Friday the 30th. And Laughing Sun Brewing Company in Bismarck, Mandan area. Our favorite brewing company in Bismarck, Mandan area. Pepper. We got Danny Savage one-man band tomorrow night, and then The Rule on Friday, and then Wild Hands on Saturday the 1st. And we go to Zorba's and Detroit Lakes Troubadours on Saturday the 1st. On the 2nd, Adios Pantalones. And then My Famous Friends rounding out the weekend on Monday the 3rd. And then we're at Zorba's in Park Rapids. Rains out there on Friday. And Ritz Within on Saturday at the Roadhouse. Oh, I think it's by Cormorant Lake out there. They got that band Uptown. I don't know where they are. They're on Saturday, and then next week, Monday, there's that band Uptown again, Park Rapids Rodeo. So, I guess we're at the Park Rapids Rodeo next Monday. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're downtown Dempsey's. We got The Chuckle happening right now as we speak. Then open mic night tomorrow night with Gina Powers. Then Ritz Within on Friday the 30th. At the aquarium, we have, Dance Festopolis. I can say this, Dance Festopia. There we got it. And then there's supposed to be some local openers as well. It wasn't written at the time I got this together. So that's happening on Friday the 30th. Then we have Acacia Strain, Fit for an Autopsy, Escula Grind, I hope I said that right, Mauled Primitive Rage on Saturday the 1st, and Alibi Lounge open mic night tomorrow, 29th. I think it happens between 7 and 11, I believe. And then the Blarney Stone and the Funk Commission on Thursday, 29th, then Matty J and Fam on Sunday. I think it's like Tunes and Brunch and Tunes or something like that. So that happens around 11 o'clock in the morning, I just know that. So yeah, Troll Lounge, Tuckered Out tomorrow night, and then duly noted on Friday the 30th. And Sicky's Quick 56 happening right now as we speak out there. Go Quick 56, downtown Front Street Tap Room, open mic night with Travis Neros next Monday the 3rd. In the Cellar, we have open mic night with Mark White Belcher happening right now. So you're looking to tighten up that 2 minutes of stand-up, that's the place to be. Side Street Jazz Night next Monday the 3rd. In the Jasper Hotel, we have Dylan Sperlin's in residency out there. I think this is his last time. He will be out there this month. And then Tilegators, we got Retrolution happening tomorrow night. And then Fargo Brewing Company, we have King Sage Thursday the 29th. And Mason Jennings with King Sage on Friday the 30th. And then we have Ben Folds and Hall Heights on Saturday the 1st. And Summerland with Brian Laurie on Sunday the 2nd. Downtown Acoustic Corner happening tonight. We have Samantha and Chris at Murphy's Pub, and Rick Adams at the Yumcum Center, and Rick Adams again today. So the Yumcum Center was early this afternoon, and tonight he'll be at the Roundup Saloon. On Thursday, tomorrow night, we have the Crop Dusters at Camp Lone Tree on the roof, and we have Matt Donner and Spicy Pie in West Fargo. Nick Klein will be at the Harley Davidson. A Gentleman and a Scholar at the Buffalo Wild Wings in Fargo, and Sean Mintzel at the Silver Spike. On Friday the 30th, we have Mike Pink at the Oxbow Country Club, and that rounds out our downtown acoustic corner. Uptown, kind of light there this weekend, but we got the Lights I'll delight you. Jersey Boys, I think it's a musical being done out there all week long until the 30th. At Shooting Star Casino, the Asphalt Cowboys hit the stage Friday and Saturday. And Windbreak. Reigns is on Thursday, DJ and Atomic is on Friday, and back for more. So get some good old 80s metal happening right there on Saturday the 1st, all hanging out with Butter. And that's all I got for you for this week's weekly reports. So here, let's get back to Mr. Jacob Woody. And yeah, he's going to have to introduce his song and all that other fun stuff that he's got going here. And what maybe even inspired him, a nice Martin guitar, too. Ooh,
it's a Johnny Cash signature D35.
Oh, wow. Very, very cool. Do you pose with it, the middle finger, too?
No.
Oh.
It's a funny story behind that picture, though. I gotta say real quick, it's cool that you do that. Talking about all the events happening. It's kind of cool because I kind of know all those people. I've interviewed them myself.
Yeah, exactly.
But so yeah,
get everyone
good job. I like that. That's good.
Oh, thank you.
Spread the love. Yeah.
Exactly. That's all we can do. So.
Yeah. So I guess you want me to do a little picking and grinning, huh?
Picking and grinning. Yes, we'd love to hear that. And what's tunes this going to be? And
sure.
Basically, what inspired it in the first place?
Well, I don't need to pick. So this one is kind of a newer one. Okay. And it's another one of those heartbreak tunes.
What's it called?
It's called I Think About You.
Oh.
I know it's been said time and time again that a man loves a woman he never really had. Going through my heart and out of my mind, my love is out of your sight. Every time I hear that whistle blow, I think about you, traveling all the way to Timbuktu. The train of love's out of the station, and it doesn't include you. I've been through the fire before, and I'll be through it again. I'm never the winner, it's always a different man. You're the one who caused this, you're the one to blame. Your answers are always the same. And to tell you the truth, honey, I think they're pretty lame. Every time I hear that whistle blow, I think about you, traveling all the way to Timbuktu. The train of love's out of the station, and it doesn't include you. Now I could go on and on about how she done me wrong, but it wouldn't matter at all, like I'm talking to a wall. Every time I hear that whistle blow, I think about you, traveling all the way to Timbuktu. The train of love's out of the station, and it doesn't include you. The train of love's out of the station, and it doesn't include you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the Johnny Cash influence and all that. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh God. I'm definitely going to be looking up these songs now.
Well, thank
you. Yes. Get you a lot more views on that. And then you got to find some of your physical stuff, too. I'll have to definitely purchase some.
You got to track me down.
Exactly. To find you out there in the wild. We will do that, though. But no, that was awesome.
Thanks. Not really quite warmed up, but it did the job anyway.
Oh, that's absolutely fine.
But no, yeah. I always, like I mentioned before, I always like kind of just songwriting. I'm not the best songwriter. I'm not the best musician. I don't need to be, but it's just as long as I get my point across,
yeah,
and the audience can somehow relate to it, that's what matters.
And everyone's having fun, yeah.
Yep.
That's the very ending of it all.
Oh yeah.
That is so. So, but you want to get to a little juvenile destruction here?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So here we go. This week's recycled off the roof. And I might have to explain this to you at the end. But there's the GoPros we were talking about before we started. That's the reaction I wanted. There's my son, last time I saw him. Perfect name too. You're hired. There's zebras back in the day. Yep. But you may need an explanation for this. These are all recycled ones because my driveway isn't quite set up at the moment to be able to do all that. Long story. Of all
like the internet,
but I do have
with those cars.
Found that one on the side of the road, and I'm just like, we got to throw that off the roof. We got to do this. But basically, this is how it goes, is that I grew up in this house, and then I bought for my dad a million years ago. So you can have this fancy farmstead. Now I want a fancy farmstead. So again, if anyone knows of a farmstead that's for sale out there, let me know. I'd really like to get out into the country. And you'd have the raging parties and all that other fun stuff that would happen. Yeah, it just happens. And then inevitably, someone would get up on the roof and be throwing random electronics off just to watch it explode in the driveway. So it was the 90s. What can you say? We were entertaining. And... no, just keeping the tradition alive. So if you have anything out there you want to see exploded on my driveway, just throw it in my yard or whatever else. We'll come pick it up. And, yeah, all that fun stuff. So that's why we do the off-the-roof part, and it's just to get a couple of giggles out of there. I think it's fun.
Oh, yeah, I really think David Letterman stuff. Yeah, look at that. No, you got to be careful because one of my roommate, he works at a thrift store here in town, and he can bring whatever you want.
Oh, exciting. We may have to talk about this one, yes. I got a few more items I just got setting up by the door. I'm just like, oh, these are going off.
Nice.
They angered me enough.
They're taking too much space.
Yep, that too. That as well. So, no, that car didn't turn or fell apart like I thought it would. So we actually redid that one a year later, and I chopped up a whole bunch of parts on it. And we got to explode a little bit more, but it's still, those things are tough.
They are. They're like tougher than actual cars.
No kidding.
How is that possible?
So that's what's with that. But basically, we're about out of time here, Jake.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Where did time go?
No kidding.
Okay.
It goes too fast. And you were an awesome guest. Thank you for being on once again and everything else.
Thank you.
So you have anything left for the good of the order? Where can we find you? Where do you want to be found? All that fun stuff.
Yeah, Jacob Woody, all on YouTube. There's that. That's pretty much the big thing. My third album will be coming out sometime soon, hopefully. And
it will.
That's really about it. Thank you very much for having me. This has been a lot of fun.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's why I keep doing this, because it's just meeting people like you and everything else, and just being out there trying to help everyone else out at the same time.
And if you have any people who are looking for gigs, or if you have any people, or what's the correct wording here? If you need a performer, that's it. let me know. Let me know.
Need an opener? We got one for you right here. Yeah. Or maybe even closer. You never know.
Oh, you better believe it.
There we go. All right, and you can find us up on the Tiki Tacks all the way up into the Instagrams on Uptown Tonight Podcast and or the Uptown Band Fargo. You can also find us at uptownbandfargo.com, where you can find everything else about the band and or the podcast and whatever is going on. So if you have any ideas of, things to throw off the roof, or, people you want to be on, if you want to be on yourself, feel free to, give me a chat, whatever else. It's uptownbandfargo.com or sorry, not .com, at Gmail or Uptown Tonight. I'm getting my stuff all messed up again. So whatever. You can find us. Everything's linked down below as well. So, you got to remember, Jacob, if your drummer's got more charisma than your front man, your band may be in trouble. But that's what my band's doing just fine. So until next time.